Hi, everybody. All right, so New York is getting ready to vote whether or not to split itself in two. This is an actual situation. This is coming from Universal Free Press, and basically the project supporting this is called the New Amsterdam Project. Said currently that everybody's basically encouraging local and state legislatures to support the move by basically separating the upper and lower state. I'll get to all that information in a minute. But you can view this via their Upstate Conservative Coalition at www.newamsterdamny.org, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this is actually a real thing. I brought you this about, I'd say better part of 6 months to a year ago, that they were looking to actually do this. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the November 2014 election showed strong feelings that basically supported New York, upper state region, overwhelmingly voting conservative, and basically with the Democrats being the southern part of New York, having overwhelming, almost infinite control over what's going on and not allowing much of other things to go on. They want to separate upstate from downstate counties, and especially from people like Cuomo, who are basically really just destroying, or supposedly destroying, the state, which it is exactly what it is. So this is actually going to be a bill eventually that is going to be voted on in the 2017, I guess New York has some kind of 2017 election. And this will be voted on, and this will also happen in a constitutional convention if and when that's reached. But they're also going to vote on this in some kind of special election, from what I'm understanding of this. And basically what this basically says is a number of disappointing conservatives reportedly flocked in to help push a proposal that would divide New York into upstate and downstate autonomous regions, supposedly retaining a token of state government, New Amsterdam and New York, respectively. And what this is basically saying, and here's the actual website, this is not conspiracy, conjecture, or anything like that. This is absolutely real. And as soon as they get it into two separate regions, we know how that's going to basically play out. As soon as they hit constitutional convention, they can push for separation of states or formation of new states. So this is a real thing, folks. This is not conspiracy, conjecture, anything weird. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Divide New York State into New Amsterdam region and New York region. Vote yes, November 2017, New York State Constitutional Convention. So I guess New York is having its own constitutional convention in 2017. I guess that's what's actually going on. And it basically says that the state of New York should separate into two separate states, but two autonomous regions should be easier to achieve. So in other words, the push is for two separate states, folks. So I didn't make that up. And you can read all about this. But basically, what this says is the lower part, the lower regions are the more liberal, and that would be what you consider, New York. And basically, those are in violation of what's going on, and nobody really wants to deal with what they're doing, so they want to separate the new regions from the old ones. or the conservative from the, liberal. Where the New York, the actual New York, including New York City in total of 9 counties, will be considered New York region. But like they said, they actually want to push for 2 states. And so New York State, as it would be under this one, would include New York, Westchester, Suffolk, Bronx, Kings, Queens, Richmond, Nassau, and Rockland. Oh, I'm guessing this is New Amsterdam, but I thought that, well, I think they got this part backwards, but we'll see how it pans out in the end. Because New York City, folks, has a total of 9 counties, so that is what I guess would be considered the actual New York region. I think they actually have this part backwards. I really do. Because if you look here, this says New Amsterdam. This says New York. Queens is down here. They have it wrong either in the picture or in the statement. I'm going to guess that they have it wrong inside the picture, or I mean the statement. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, they know what they're doing. You saw it. They want to separate into 2 states through convention. Constitutional convention. In order to do that, they need to vote on it November 17th. So it looks like the state is having its own constitutional convention or a special election where they can vote on this. So this is it, folks. I had this kicked once because I basically mentioned the Declaration of Independence, where it basically says, and I won't go into everything that I said before to get this cut off or anything, but basically where it says, to disband political bonds, all the other stuff. I'm not going to go word for word because I don't want to get this kicked, but I actually read part of the Declaration of Independence in my other one to show you how bad things actually were, that they actually have to separate 2 different states due to ideology. And eventually it will probably come to a vote of separation of states, period. And when that vote comes, it will be basically the Declaration of Independence all over again, states rather than countries, where they want to basically dissolve political bonds, which is exactly what they're trying to do right now. And when I went to upload my video, not only was it in one piece like it usually is, but the video was actually in 2 pieces, and I could not upload 2 pieces into one through YouTube. And I was going to do it through Movie Maker, and that would have taken me about 17 hours of upload time because for some reason formatting through Movie Maker makes it a whole lot harder to format through YouTube, so I decided to just make another one. Thanks, guys. God bless everything else. I'm trying. They're keeping me locked up here, folks. Frames encoded 14375, drop 0, total bytes 15.81 MB, and now I can finally do it. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.